is related to sleeping well. It's not like we're gonna cure, it's like a place to start. If we understand the factors that affect sleep, and if we understand how much the Ayurvedic principles and modern science overlap, it's really fascinating how one should behave during the day at different times of day, what should be the sequence of activities, all of that is described in Ayurveda based on the fact that the states of our mind and body are different at different times of day. Ayurveda describes that we should be up, ideally just before sunrise, because that helps to kindle the Agni, get the metabolism going. During the middle of the day, the digestive fire is at its peak. So this is when we should have our main meal of the day. At sunset, now you really want to just wind down. And this signals to the body that it's time to go to sleep. Once night sets in, really you should be sleeping. Most of the repair, the regeneration, the detoxification is completed during the course of the night. And if you don't get good sleep, you are interrupting that process. Now, when we keep artificial light on at night, it's telling the brain it's daytime, because light in the eyes means daytime for the brain. It will interfere with the process of being able to sleep. In addition, screens are associated with a lot of flickering light and volume of sounds. Activity interferes with sleep, whether it's physical activity, mental activity, or emotional activity. If you're very excited, if you're very angry, if you're very sad, it's hard to sleep. So if you're moving a lot of emotion, that interferes with sleep. When we have irregular schedules, our body is confused. Is it daytime? Is it nighttime? Should it be trying to get into a rest mode? Should it be trying to get into an active mode? So we keep interfering with those processes with our irregular routines. So the cost is easy to see. Even kids, teenagers, young people are complaining of sleep issues. Now, what I want to be clear about is that sleep is more complex than just this day-night cycle. And if you have chronic medical issues, hormonal shifts, chronic pain, any situational stress, if there's financial stress, if there's some illness in the family, all of these things will, of course, interfere with sleep. But what we are talking about here is about wellness. When these things have been addressed and you're still having difficulty falling asleep, then typically the commonest reasons are related to our routines and behaviors and our thinking patterns and emotional patterns. So we are trying to highlight are some simple things that can be done that help to ground and anchor your body's natural rhythms and the body's ability to fall asleep. So dim lights are very important close to bedtime. And then for a quieter mind, along with dim lights, you also want to make sure there are no screens and there's no strenuous mental work. And then for restful sleep, it's also important to get into the right emotional grounding pattern. Gratitude meditation has become an in thing, but getting into that place of gratitude also helps with that emotional rest. So the thing is that our body knows how to sleep. We get in the way by doing things that don't allow it to do what it knows to do. Even if we start with something as simple as just try to have lights dim for at least half an hour before bedtime, avoid screens and any strenuous activity, whether it's physical or mental, and then just have a moment of gratitude as you're stepping into bed or once you're in bed to think about the things that actually you are thankful for. There are so many things that we take for granted that if we start looking at it, we would realize how much we have. So that was just a very simple introduction to how sleep, why sleep is important, because that is the time that we are regenerating, recuperating, building our bodies and minds for the coming days and years based on the experiences that we've had. And the way to get good sleep is relatively simple if we allow it to happen.